Question 1. With reference to the Partition Horrors Remembrance Day, consider the following statements. Statement 1. It is observed annually on 14th August. Statement 2. The day aims to remember the pain and suffering of millions of people who were displaced during the partition of India. Statement 3. The Ministry of Culture organized events in Delhi, Amritsar, and Kolkata to mark this day. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Explanation: all three statements are correct. The Partition Horrors Remembrance Day is observed on 14th August each year to remember the pain and suffering of millions of people who were displaced and lost their lives during the partition of India. The Ministry of Culture actively organizes events across the country, including in cities like Delhi, Amritsar, and Kolkata, to commemorate this day and educate the younger generation about the sacrifices made. Question 2. Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently urged Indian pharma companies to achieve a specific global ranking. What was the target ranking mentioned? The correct answer is option B, among the top 5 global companies. Explanation: Prime Minister Narendra Modi called upon Indian pharma companies to strive to be among the top 5 global companies. This vision aims to boost India's position as a global pharmaceutical hub, emphasizing quality, innovation, and affordability. Question 3. What is Suryapath Tiranga as mentioned in recent news? The correct answer is option B, a global relay event carrying the Indian flag across continents. Explanation: Suryapath Tiranga refers to an historic global relay where the Indian flag, Tiranga, was carried across various continents, symbolizing India's growing global presence and the spirit of patriotism. It completed its journey across 40 countries. Question 4. With reference to the recent initiatives for tribal development, consider the following statements. Statement 1. A national framework and operational guidelines were released to strengthen ITDA and ITDP. Statement 2. These guidelines were jointly issued by Union Minister Shri Jewel Oram and Dr. R. Balasubramaniam, a member of Niti Aayog. Statement 3. The primary objective is to enhance the implementation of tribal welfare programs and ensure better resource utilization. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Explanation: all three statements are correct. A national framework and operational guidelines have been released to strengthen integrated tribal development agencies, ITDAs, and integrated tribal development projects, ITDPs. These were jointly issued by Union Minister Shri Jewel Oram and Dr. R. Balasubramaniam, a member of Niti Aayog. The initiative aims to improve the effectiveness of tribal welfare programs and optimize resource allocation for tribal development. Question 5. Consider the following statements regarding the recent Independence Day celebrations in India. Statement 1. India celebrated its 80th Independence Day in 2026. Statement 2. The celebrations included cultural programs nationwide under the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. Statement 3. The year 2026 also marked 150 years of the national song Vande Mataram. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Explanation: statements 1 and 2 are correct. India celebrated its 80th Independence Day in 2026. The celebrations were marked by cultural programs across the country, including the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. However, Vande Mataram was composed by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay in 1876. Therefore, 2026 would mark 150 years of its composition. 1876 plus 150 equals 2026. Statement 3 is correct. So, all statements are correct. My apologies for the initial miscalculation. Vande Mataram was composed in 1876, so 2026 indeed marks its 150th year. 2026 minus 1876 equals 150. Therefore, all three statements are correct. Question 6. Union Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia recently interacted with My Bharat NSS volunteers during the Independence Day celebrations. What does NSS stand for in this context? The correct answer is option C, National Service Scheme. Explanation: NSS stands for National Service Scheme. It is a central sector scheme of the Government of India, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, launched in 1969. It aims at developing students' personality through community service. My Bharat is a platform for youth engagement, and My Bharat NSS volunteers are part of this larger initiative. Question 7. Union Home and Cooperation Minister Shri Amit Shah recently laid the foundation stone for a new dairy plant at the Saras Dairy Complex. In which city is this complex located? The correct answer is option C, Alwar. Explanation: Union Home and Cooperation Minister Shri Amit Shah laid the foundation stone for a new dairy plant at the Saras Dairy Complex in Alwar, Rajasthan. This initiative aims to strengthen the cooperative dairy sector in the region. Question 8. The Maulana Abul Kalam Azad Institute of Asian Studies, MACAIS, which celebrated the 80th Independence Day, is located in which Indian city? The correct answer is option C, Kolkata. Explanation: the Maulana Abul Kalam Azad Institute of Asian Studies, MACAIS, is located in Kolkata. It is an autonomous research institute under the Ministry of Culture, Government of India, dedicated to the study of history, society, and culture of Asian countries. Question 9. Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently highlighted the significant expansion of social security in India. What was the approximate increase in beneficiaries over a decade, as stated by the Prime Minister? The correct answer is option B, from 25 crore to 100 crore. Explanation: Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasized the record expansion of social security in India, stating that the number of beneficiaries increased from 25 crore to 100 crore within a decade. This highlights the government's efforts in extending social welfare schemes to a larger population. Question 10. In which year did India celebrate its 80th Independence Day? The correct answer is option B, 2026. Explanation: India gained independence on 15th August 1947. The 80th Independence Day would be celebrated in 2026. 1947 plus 79 equals 2026. The news explicitly mentions the 80th Independence Day in 2026. Question 11. The vision of Viksit Bharat, Developed India, is aimed to be achieved by which year? The correct answer is option C, 2047. Explanation: the vision of Viksit Bharat, Developed India, is a long-term goal set by the Indian government, aiming for India to become a developed nation by 2047, which marks 100 years of India's independence. Question 12. The Suryapath Tiranga Global Relay, which carried the Indian flag across continents, completed its journey through how many countries? The correct answer is option D, 40. Explanation: the Suryapath Tiranga Global Relay, a significant initiative showcasing India's national pride, successfully completed its journey through 40 countries across various continents. Question 13. With reference to the RSVC Amrit platform, consider the following statements. Statement 1. It was developed by the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD. Statement 2. The platform aims to strengthen rural innovation and technology transfer. Statement 3. It was launched by the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Explanation: all three statements are correct. The RSVC Amrit platform was indeed developed by NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Its primary objective is to bolster rural innovation and facilitate technology transfer to rural areas. The platform was launched by the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India, highlighting its importance in bridging the technology gap in rural India. Question 14. With reference to recent developments in India's semiconductor sector, consider the following statements. Statement 1. Ahisa Digital Innovations, a chip design startup, achieved first phase success in silicon chip manufacturing. Statement 2. They developed a broadband chip named Vihan using the indigenous Vega microprocessor. Statement 3. This initiative is supported under the Design Linked Incentive (DLI) scheme. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Explanation: all three statements are correct. Ahisa Digital Innovations, a startup supported by the Design Linked Incentive (DLI) scheme, has achieved a significant milestone in silicon chip manufacturing. They successfully developed a broadband chip called Vihan, which utilizes the indigenous Vega microprocessor. This marks a crucial step towards India's self-reliance in semiconductor technology. Question 15. The Lokpal of India recently observed the 80th Independence Day and reiterated its commitment to clean and corruption-free governance. What is the primary role of the Lokpal? The correct answer is option B, to investigate allegations of corruption against public functionaries. Explanation: the primary role of the Lokpal of India is to inquire into and investigate allegations of corruption against certain public functionaries, including the Prime Minister, ministers, and members of Parliament, to ensure clean and corruption-free governance. Question 16. Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently announced a nationwide talent search with India's ambition to host which future Olympic Games? The correct answer is option B, 2036 Summer Olympics. Explanation: Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced a nationwide talent search as part of India's ambition to host the 2036 Summer Olympics. This signifies a major push for sports development and infrastructure in the country. Question 17. In his 2026 Independence Day speech, Prime Minister Narendra Modi stated that Raksha Shakti, defense power, is key to achieving the goal of Viksit Bharat. Consider the implications of this statement. Statement 1. It emphasizes the importance of a strong defense sector for national development. Statement 2. It suggests increased investment in indigenous defense manufacturing and technology. Statement 3. It links national security directly to economic prosperity and overall development. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Explanation: all three statements are correct. The Prime Minister's statement that Raksha Shakti is key to Viksit Bharat underscores a holistic approach where a robust defense sector is seen as integral to national development. This implies a focus on strengthening indigenous defense capabilities, investing in advanced technologies, and recognizing that national security is a prerequisite for sustained economic growth and achieving the vision of a developed India. Question 18. The Department of Telecommunications, Government of India, is set to organize the BRICS ICT track from August 17 to 21, 2026. In which Indian city will this event be held? The correct answer is option C, Pune. Explanation: the BRICS ICT track event, organized by the Department of Telecommunications, Government of India, is scheduled to be held in Pune from August 17 to 21, 2026. This event will focus on discussions and collaborations in information and communication technologies among BRICS nations. Question 19. Which country recently hosted the BRICS Space Summit to advance global space collaboration? The correct answer is option C, India. Explanation: India recently hosted the BRICS Space Summit. This summit aimed to foster greater cooperation and collaboration among BRICS member nations in various aspects of space exploration, technology, and applications. Question 20. The Design Linked Incentive (DLI) scheme is a government initiative primarily aimed at promoting which sector in India? The correct answer is option C, semiconductor design and manufacturing. Explanation: the Design Linked Incentive (DLI) scheme is a crucial government initiative designed to boost the semiconductor design and manufacturing ecosystem in India. It provides financial incentives and design infrastructure support to companies and startups involved in designing and manufacturing semiconductor chips, thereby fostering self-reliance in this strategic sector. Question 21. with reference to the recent initiatives for strengthening integrated tribal development agencies, ITDAs, and integrated tribal development projects, ITDPs, consider the following statements. Statement 1. The national framework and operational guidelines aim to enhance the effectiveness of tribal development programs. Statement 2. The primary objective of these guidelines is to replace the existing ITDA and ITDP structures with a new centralized agency. Statement 3. ITDAs and ITDPs are primarily responsible for implementing welfare schemes for tribal communities. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. Explanation: Statement 1 is correct. The national framework and operational guidelines were indeed released to strengthen ITDAs and ITDPs and enhance the effectiveness of tribal development programs. Statement 2 is incorrect. The primary objective is to strengthen and improve the existing ITDA and ITDP structures, not to replace them with a new centralized agency. Statement 3 is correct. ITDAs and ITDPs are established for the implementation of various welfare and development schemes specifically for tribal communities in their respective areas. Question 22. The Partition Horrors Remembrance Day is observed annually in India to commemorate the suffering of people during the partition of India. On which date is this day observed? The correct answer is option A, 14th August. Explanation: The Partition Horrors Remembrance Day is observed annually on 14th August in India. This day was designated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2021 to remember the pain and suffering of millions of Indians during the partition of the country in 1947. The Ministry of Culture recently observed this day in various cities. Question 23. Recently, the 150th anniversary of Vande Mataram was celebrated alongside India's 80th Independence Day. Who composed the song Vande Mataram? The correct answer is option B, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Explanation: Vande Mataram, the national song of India, was composed by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay in Sanskrit. It was first published in his Bengali novel Anandamath in 1882. Its 150th anniversary was recently celebrated, highlighting its historical and cultural significance. Question 24. The Asiatic Society Kolkata, which recently celebrated the 80th Independence Day, was established in which year? The correct answer is option A, 1784. Explanation: The Asiatic Society was founded by Sir William Jones on 15 January 1784 in Calcutta, now Kolkata, Bengal Presidency, British India. Its primary objective was to promote Oriental research and studies. It played a crucial role in the study of Indian languages, literature, and history. Question 25. With reference to India's current account surplus, consider the following statements. Statement 1. A current account surplus indicates that a country's exports of goods and services, along with remittances, exceed its imports. Statement 2. A persistent current account surplus can lead to an appreciation of the domestic currency. Statement 3. India has historically maintained a consistent current account surplus over the last 2 decades. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option B, 1 and 2 only. Explanation: Statement 1 is correct. A current account surplus occurs when the total value of a country's exports of goods and services, along with net income from abroad, like remittances and investment income, is greater than the total value of its imports. Statement 2 is correct. A persistent current account surplus means more foreign currency is flowing into the country than out, which increases the demand for the domestic currency, leading to its appreciation. Statement 3 is incorrect. India has historically experienced current account deficits for most of the last 2 decades, with surpluses being relatively rare and often short-lived, as highlighted by the news mentioning an unexpected surplus. Question 26. The recently developed indigenous broadband chip Vihan, which achieved first phase success in silicon chip manufacturing, was developed by which company? The correct answer is option C, Ahisa Digital Innovations. Explanation: the indigenous broadband chip Vihan was developed by Ahisa Digital Innovations, a startup supported by the Design Linked Incentive (DLI) scheme. This chip utilizes the indigenous Vega microprocessor, marking a significant step in India's semiconductor manufacturing capabilities. Question 27. India recently strengthened its coastal security with the induction of the indigenous hovercraft H-561. This hovercraft is primarily used by which organization? The correct answer is option B, Indian Coast Guard. Explanation: the indigenous hovercraft H-561 has been inducted to strengthen India's coastal security. Hovercrafts are primarily used by the Indian Coast Guard for surveillance, interdiction, and search and rescue operations in shallow waters and marshy areas, providing rapid response capabilities along the coastline. Question 28. The C-295 aircraft, which recently marked a new era in India's defense manufacturing, is a type of. The correct answer is option B, transport aircraft. Explanation: the C-295 aircraft is a transport aircraft. It is being indigenously manufactured in India, marking a significant milestone in the country's defense manufacturing capabilities. This project involves the transfer of technology and aims to replace the Indian Air Force's aging Avro fleet. Question 29. With reference to the expansion of social security in India, consider the following statements. Statement 1. The significant increase in social security beneficiaries over the last decade primarily includes schemes related to health insurance, pension, and life insurance. Statement 2. The expansion aims to cover both organized and unorganized sector workers. Statement 3. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is considered a key enabler for the delivery of social security benefits. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Explanation: statement 1 is correct. The expansion of social security in India has largely focused on schemes like Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, PMJJBY, for life insurance, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, PMSBY, for accident insurance, and Atal Pension Yojana, APY, for pensions, along with health insurance schemes like Ayushman Bharat. Statement 2 is correct. Government initiatives aim to extend social security coverage to both the organized and the vast unorganized sector workers, ensuring broader protection. Statement 3 is correct. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, PMJDY, by providing access to banking services, has been instrumental in facilitating direct benefit transfers and the delivery of social security benefits to a wider population. Question 30. In the context of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's statement linking Raksha Shakti, defense power, to Viksit Bharat, developed India, what does Raksha Shakti primarily signify? The correct answer is option C, robust defense capabilities and self-reliance in defense manufacturing. Explanation: in the context of achieving Viksit Bharat, developed India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's emphasis on Raksha Shakti, defense power, primarily signifies the importance of building robust defense capabilities and achieving self-reliance in defense manufacturing. A strong and independent defense sector is seen as crucial for national security, economic growth, and technological advancement, all contributing to the vision of a developed nation.